if you're going to go at a legend, you better not miss. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week. She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust, and she even decided to go after a legend, the legendary Courtney Vandersloot, who, of course, blew out her ACL at the beginning of the season, and she is in the midst of making a comeback. And, of course, Angel Reese made some comments that were none too kind to a legend.
Okay, this is wild. The Chicago Sky's 2025 season? It's been a total mess, a masterclass in dysfunction, honestly. But seriously, nothing could have prepared fans for the bombshell moment when Angel Reese decided to go full-on attack mode against one of the most respected, most legendary veterans in WNBA history.
Yeah, at this point, it's over. That whole Sky Barbie thing, that thing is over. Angel Reese is done in Chicago. They're going to move on. They have to. With what Courtney Vandersloot just came back and said, Courtney Vandersloot just smoked Angel Reese. And you know who else is going in on Angel Reese? You got Nightcap with Unk and Ocho, Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson going in on this Angel Reese situation. She didn't think it was going to go this way. This went all the way in left field. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
So, what started as just a normal interview, right? It totally flipped into a complete character assassination of Courtney Vandersloot. And we're not talking about just anyone here. This is a 5-time All-Star, a 2-time champion, and the second leading assist producer in the entire league's history. The sheer audacity of it all is just staggering, but get this, the response, it's been even more devastating for everyone involved.
With the Sky, she's won a championship with the Liberty. And I mean this when I say this, Jeff Pagliocca does not give two fucks about the star power of Angel Reese. As well as that, it's not like a Caitlin Clark star power where having Angel Reese on your team instantly improves your city's economy. Having Caitlin Clark on your team improves your city's economy. Having Angel Reese on your team doesn't do any of that. It does not do any of that. However, this Courtney Vandersloot is someone that Angel Reese has. She was the one player Angel Reese name dropped in her thing about basically saying she's not good. She's not going to be good enough.
All right, let's just get crystal clear on exactly what went down. Angel Reese, a second-year player, by the way, who's honestly shown more regression than progression so far. She had the absolute unmitigated gall to question whether Courtney Vandersloot could actually come back from her ACL injury, especially given her age.
Angel Reese will be lucky if she has a third of the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. And by the way, this has only been out maybe an hour, and I'm seeing responses from Angel Reese fans. They are some of the ugliest, nastiest, ghetto thug responses. I'm going to keep it real. Responses I've ever seen in my life. People have calling her, Courtney, a bitch, a hoe. I mean, I shit you not. That's the level of response Angel Reese fans have given this NBA legend.
Seriously, the irony here, it's so thick you could literally cut it with a knife. You've got Angel Reese talking about championship experience to a woman who just guided the Sky to their first and only WNBA title back in 2021, and then, get this, immediately went to New York and helped the Liberty snag their first championship in 2020. Vandersloot actually has more championship rings than Reese has seasons even above .500. This whole situation is like a high school JV player questioning whether Michael Jordan could still play because he's too old. It's absurd.
The Chicago Sky, they might be saying to themselves, Angel Reese just isn't worth the headache that she is causing. Great rebounder. As for everything else, she's not worth the headache that she's causing. She's going to call out the organization. She's going to call out the front office. She's going to call out the teammates. Throw Courtney Vandersloot under the bus. Doesn't really go over well with the organization. Doesn't really go over well with the teammates.
But here's the kicker. Courtney Vandersloot didn't get to where she is by ever backing down from a challenge. Not even when those challenges come from disrespectful teammates literally half her age. Her response? It was swift, surgical, and honestly, absolutely devastating in its understated elegance. She declared, with the unwavering confidence of someone who's proven doubters wrong for over a decade. Contrary to what people say or think, my age is actually not a factor. She continued, I am coming back, and I am going to come back better than ever, because that's what I've done. I want myself in a position to come back and compete even at this age. And let me tell you, the subtext there was unmistakable. See, while Angel Reese has been totally busy making excuses, shifting blame, and constantly looking for someone else to shoulder responsibility, Courtney Vandersloot has been quietly doing what she's always done, just showing up, putting in the work, and letting her game speak for itself. At 36 years old, Vandersloot isn't chasing headlines or searching for sympathy. No, she's approaching this injury with the exact same steady, methodical professionalism that has defined her legendary career, a career built not on flash or empty talk, but on years and years of consistent excellence, genuine leadership, and respect earned from peers across the entire league.
She said, contrary to what people think, what people say or think, my age is actually not a factor. I am coming back. This is after Angel Reese said, yeah, Sloot is old. We need somebody young that can do this, that got some experience, but we need somebody young. She too old. I don't know if she can come back from that torn ACL. Sloot wasn't going for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, Courtney Vandersloot has won a title in Chicago, and she will not be playing with Angel Reese next year. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Now, here's the absolute crucial point that Reese's defenders completely miss. Vandersloot? She doesn't need all the noise. She doesn't need to clap back on social media or constantly manufacture drama just to stay relevant. Why? Because the record books already speak volumes on her behalf. She's the all-time WNBA leader in assists per game, clocking in at an incredible 6.6, a true floor general whose unparalleled vision and selflessness have elevated every single teammate who's ever shared the court with her. That kind of resume, honestly, doesn't require validation from anyone, least of all from a player still struggling to truly prove she belongs at this elite level. Reese, on the other hand, continues to lean on bravado, almost as a shield for her own inefficiency. Her 3.9 turnovers per game and a dismal 39.1% shooting from the field aren't just unfortunate statistics. No, they're glaring reminders of an unfinished game, a raw potential that's constantly undermined by carelessness. So while Vandersloot, even at her age, is showcasing exactly how discipline and incredible craft can extend greatness, Reese is proving the exact opposite, that raw talent without true refinement risks becoming totally forgettable.
Angel Reese will make the WNBA bigger than the NFL in 5 years. Girl, what are you smoking? How is this going to work when she can't even sell herself? I mean, the NBA will be lucky if they even last that much longer. That's the point we're at. And who's to say Angel Reese will even be on a team in that long too? Like, this girl always will find some way to complain or feel that she's deprived of whatever right it may be. Nobody likes angels, Dawn. Like, just get it through your head. And people are gonna say, well, she's beautiful. Girl, if that is all you have for your people to back you up on, you know you're doing something wrong. Regardless of what I think, girl, do not rely on that for your whole personality.
So, let's actually dive deep into exactly what Angel Reese was criticizing here, because when you look at the numbers, they tell a story that makes her comments look, well, even more ridiculous. Courtney Vandersloot's resume. It literally reads like a Hall of Fame lock: 5 All-Star selections, 2 championships, 7 assist titles, and get this, she even holds the single game assist record she's second only to the legendary Sue Bird in career regular season assists, and she's first in playoff assists history. When Vandersloot retired from Chicago after 2022, she was already the franchise's all-time leader in games played, assists, and steals. And then when she returned this season, she actually became their all-time leading scorer, surpassing her own wife, Ollie Quigley. This is the player Angel Reese decided to public disrespect, a player who was averaging 10.6 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 5.3 assists in just 7 games before her injury. I mean, that kind of production would make Reese's entire season look totally pedestrian by comparison. Vandersloot was putting up those numbers while actually making her teammates better, something that's become increasingly foreign to Reese's approach to the game. The veteran point guard understands something that Reese apparently doesn't. Basketball is a team sport, not just a personal highlight reel.
Let us recognize 5-time All-Star, 7-time assist champion, 5-time All-WNBA, 2-time WNBA champion, 2011 All-Rookie team. Angel will not have the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. She won't. You know why? Because I don't think the league's going to tolerate her long enough. She's going to run her mouth until she just ends up jumping from team to team until she does what I think she should do right now. Quit the WNBA and go to Unrivaled.
Now, the timing of Reese's attack, that makes this whole thing even more unconscionable. Vandersloot, she tore her ACL just 5 minutes into the Sky's 7th game of the season. She was driving to the basket when it happened and had to be helped off the court, clearly in visible distress. So for a teammate to then question her ability to return from such a devastating injury, especially at this stage in her career, that, my friends, represents a level of pure callousness that has truly shocked even the most seasoned WNBA observers. This wasn't just some casual basketball analysis. No, this was character assassination of the cruelest variety, and the response from the basketball community, it's been swift and totally unforgiving. Veterans across the league have instantly rallied to Vandersloot's defense, with many expressing absolute disbelief that a second-year player would have the sheer audacity to question a living legend's credentials. What's even more telling, though, has been the reaction from Reese's own teammates, who have made their displeasure abundantly clear through their body language, and even more powerfully, strategic silence. The team meeting that followed Reese's comments reportedly did not go well at all, with sources indicating that the locker room relationship might now be irreparably damaged.
Angel Reese doesn't touch the floor. Doesn't play in the first half, doesn't play in the second half. Oh, this is interesting. Did Tyler Marsh just say, you know what? Angel, I like the group that we have in right now. We don't need you. We're playing well. I don't know. Does Angel Reese throw a hissy fit in the locker room, says, no, I'm not playing? Kinda did that. Maybe not that exact, but she went about not playing. Yep, instead of coming to help her teammates, she would rather stick it to the Chicago Sky organization.
But perhaps the single most damaging aspect of this entire controversy is how it brutally exposes the fundamental difference between Angel Reese and Courtney Vandersloot, both as basketball players, and crucially, as teammates. Vandersloot has literally spent her entire career making everyone around her better. She holds the WNBA record for team assist percentage at an astonishing 75.0%, meaning her teams move the ball at historically unprecedented levels whenever she's on the floor. She's the type of player who can walk into any locker room and immediately command respect through her actions, not through her social media presence. Angel Reese, by stark contrast, has seemingly become toxic to team chemistry wherever she goes. Her constant public criticism of teammates, coaching staff, and even front office management has created an undeniable atmosphere of dysfunction that permeates the entire organization. The Sky have limped to a 10-31 record this season, with Reese as their supposed cornerstone, and her undeniable inability to elevate those around her stands in stark, painful contrast to Vandersloot's proven track record of consistently turning good teams into championship contenders.
Angel Reese is an a-hole. Straight up says she just is, and this is due to immaturity, inflated ego, people gassing her up, and I blame society. Really, I blame society the most of this because it's really predictable when a young person is given all this attention, given money, and all this. But the thing is, it was predictable because we know the level of talent isn't there. Yet the media kept gassing her up. Her fans kept gassing her up.
And here's what might be the most telling moment of all. When Reese was suspended for her comments, she then conveniently developed a back injury that just happened to prevent her from playing in the second half of the very game she was supposed to return. Let's be real, this transparent attempt to avoid accountability while desperately maintaining her victim narrative fooled absolutely no one. Meanwhile, Courtney Vandersloot, she's quietly continuing her rehabilitation with the exact same quiet determination that has defined her entire career, preparing to prove her doubters wrong once again. The contrast couldn't be more stark. Vandersloot, who's now approaching her 16th WNBA season, has never publicly criticized teammates or created any locker room drama. She's won wherever she's gone, adapted her game as needed, and consistently put team success way ahead of any personal accolades. Her leadership style is built entirely on respect earned through performance, not demands made through media manipulation. Even while sidelined with a serious injury, she continues to support her teammates and diligently work toward her return, all without seeking sympathy or making a single excuse.
Angel Reese, after playing her previous game against the Connecticut Sun, I believe, after having rest, being suspended for the Indiana Fever game, suddenly, in those 5 days off, Angel Reese's back starts acting up. Oh, my back hurts. My neck. My back. Oh, my back hurts. Angel Reese says, oh, it hurts. Interesting, Angel. Very interesting. What a weird time for your back to start acting up now. Angel Reese said, you know what, Chicago Sky? You want to suspend me for a game? Fuck it. My back hurts. Don't even worry about subbing me back in. Don't even worry about me starting the third quarter. My back hurts. Fuck y'all. I don't want to play for y'all. Leave me the hell alone.
Angel Reese, meanwhile, has somehow managed to completely alienate her entire organization in just 2 seasons. Her constant public complaints about roster construction, coaching decisions, and even her teammates' capabilities have created a truly toxic environment that extends far beyond just basketball. The fact that she specifically chose to attack Vandersloot, the most respected veteran on the roster, reveals a level of poor judgment that raises some very serious questions about not just her basketball IQ, but her leadership potential overall. But here's the thing, the numbers actually support Vandersloot's confidence in her eventual return. Researchers have seen players successfully come back from ACL injuries even at advanced ages before, and Vandersloot's incredible conditioning, her undeniable basketball IQ, and her supremely professional approach to rehabilitation truly give her every single chance to continue her career at a high level. Her game has never been predicated on athleticism alone. She's always succeeded through her unparalleled court vision, pure basketball intelligence, and a deep understanding of how to make her teammates better. And let me tell you, those qualities, they don't diminish with age. In fact, they often improve with experience.
Nobody was wondering, hey, is Courtney Vandersloot gonna be back? Will she return to old form? Nobody was even thinking about her. You brought her up and took a direct shot, and she's firing those shots back off at your ass. I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is Angel Reese will not be wearing a Chicago Sky uniform next year. They don't have the pieces. They don't even have their own first round pick. They gave it up. So they don't even have the pieces to build through the draft. Free agents aren't going to want to come there. They don't want to go there to play with that team. So they are built to tank without picks.
What makes this situation even more frustrating, especially for Sky fans, is watching Angel Reese's continued decline while she just keeps pointing fingers at absolutely everyone else. Her field goal percentage has now plummeted to a dismal 39.1. Her turnovers have nearly doubled, and her advanced metrics, they actually suggest she makes her team worse when she's on the floor. Yet instead of focusing on improving her own game, she's chosen to attack the one player on the roster who could genuinely help her develop into a more complete player. At this point, the relationship between Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky appears to be irreparably broken. Her public criticism of Vandersloot represents more than just poor judgment. It's a fundamental breach of trust that veteran players across the entire league are absolutely going to remember. Courtney Vandersloot's measured but incredibly pointed response serves as a powerful reminder that respect in professional sports is earned, not demanded, and true longevity, that comes from character and competence, not from chasing social media followers or manufacturing controversy.
I'm gonna be frankly honest. I don't think she has much talent as it is. I don't. The only thing she got going, She does have a motor. One thing you can't say is she's lazy. That's the only two redeemable qualities that she has. But the problem is her motor now is into attention. It's into trying to be famous instead of her game. She had that motor before at LSU. Also, you had Kim Mulkey holding her accountable. She hasn't had a coach holding her accountable at all until this moment.
So as Vandersloot diligently prepares for her comeback with that quiet determination that has so perfectly defined her legendary career, Angel Reese continues to just search for someone else to blame for her own glaring shortcomings. The veteran point guard has already proven her critics wrong countless times throughout her career, and honestly there's absolutely no reason to believe this time will be any different. Meanwhile, Reese's consistent pattern of deflecting responsibility while attacking teammates suggests that her problems run much deeper than just basketball skills. They reflect a fundamental misunderstanding of what it truly takes to succeed at the absolute highest level of professional sports. The Chicago Sky now faces a critical choice. Do they build around a proven champion who genuinely understands what it takes to win, or do they continue enabling a player whose greatest talent, it seems, is creating controversy? Courtney Vandersloot's response to Angel Reese's attack shows us exactly why one player has championships and the other just has excuses. In professional basketball, just like in life, character ultimately reveals itself through actions, not just empty words.